they're crazy. Like they'll do goofy stuff, and then they'll look at you like you're wrong. Like the other day, we had a conversation where he was like, he was it's stupid as hell. He was drinking all the almond milk, and my wife, like, she uses the almond milk, right? So he's like, Dad, I need some more almond milk because of this, that. It was some stupid argument, right, about almond milk. And so they had a discussion, and they're talking about it, and he's like, but I don't even be here, and I have to take out the trash, and I don't really even use the trash. And I looked at him, I was like, bro, do you pay rent? Like, do you pay any light bills or anything? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, they're crazy, man. They
And I'm supposed to take on that with a dude that I don't even know?
It's not that big of a
way,
it's
no
not that
way.
big of a deal.
How ain't it that big of a deal?
Yes, it is.
It's
It
not.
ain't to y'all, but to us it is. Like I said, my brother.
I ain't never had no problems with no man thinking, other.
Well, I mean, but think about it like this. What do we get from it?
Nothing.
A kid you can give back.
What
when
you
the
want to
relationship
get?
ends.
What you looking for?
No, I'm saying, what's the benefit?
But what you looking for?
Because no, and everything, and every single thing that you do is transactional to an extent. Life is transactional.
you get
Like,
the woman then.
You can
So
probably
from a
follow.
transactional perspective, what do I get from that?
You
The
could file
woman.
him on the taxes.
you get nothing.
Nah, that ain't no money. That
To
ain't no
some
money.
people it is.
No, it ain't.
If you're lucky,
me
you know
it
what you get?
Unconditional.
When
love.
you're on your deathbed, they say to
Was
you,
it though, E?
you was
'Cause
right,
the
Dad. That's
Yeah,
the only
yeah,
benefit you get, but you about to die, so how's it a benefit?
They may change their last name to yours like Lori Harvey did.
I don't see, and you see how
So
he's
you talking about the step kid. I'm talking about the kid that's yours.
Oh, so the kid is.
Well, no. What do I get for taking care of the stepkid?
No, but sometimes
nothing.
they will love you
Depends.
more and be there for you in
you-
your old age more than your own kids will
Yeah.
because you lived in the house with them. I've seen it.
You
get
get
pregnant.
I've
pregnant.
seen it. If you've raised them, if
The
you've been in the house with them.
only way that's gonna happen is if you was there when that kid was small, and you was there the entire time. That's the only way that's gonna happen.
Wait, how small are we talking?
Well, shit, sometimes
Like-
the
My
old
stepdad
kids
didn't
don't
show
show
up
up
in my
for
life
you, so
until
you
I was
better be
7
happy
years
you
old.
got another option.
Well, that's small. That's small. Like that's not
That's
like.
what I'm asking. Like, what's defined
But
as
see,
small?
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's-
I don't necessarily. I can't imagine taking small
it's-
kids.
You gotta be that's
Well-
that's some wild shit. My brother's stepson called me Uncle Lance.
Mm-hmm.
And they stay in Georgia. We in Detroit. My brother's stepson calls me Uncle Lance. He calls my brother Tim. That's the definition of being a stepfather.
But that's the
just some
dynamic.
stupid bullshit.
No,
like,
that's just different. So like my,
no. That shit is some bullshit.
I think it's different
this
people.
Nigga stayed with me for like a couple months, a couple summers ago, and I'm Uncle Lance. My brother has been taking care of this nigga since he was 1 or 2 years old.
but
He
did
got
they
with
have
a
that
blood.
conversation? Did he say?
What are you supposed to call
Tim?
your stepdad?
So if you're
Dad.
if you're
call him
down
Dad.
there, if you're down there, he'll be like,
What if the dad
"Hey,
is
Uncle
around? Is
Lance.
the dad like that?
Hey Tim, give me some money."
Yeah.
Right, like what the fuck? That shit weird. It's just a weird situation. It ain't no right answer.
I think
That is
You
weird.
You know what I'm
in
saying?
it,
It's just
nah.
a weird situation.
I think it's
and I fuck
different.
with him. I love him. They've been together for like nigga. I fuck with him. Like they good people. It's just a weird dynamic. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. This, that, and the other. But I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother, we kick it. So he been like, dog. You know what
Well,
I'm saying? 'Cause
I
it's still different.
I got a
It's like-
cousin that's my age, like, but he's not my blood cousin. Like my uncle married his mother when he was like 1 year old or some shit, and like that's but he calls him dad. He don't call him by his
Right.
name. He call him dad and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I almost made that mistake. I did. I almost made that mistake.
I don't believe
I almost made that mistake. It was my nephew, and you know, he didn't have a father in his life or whatever. Nephew by marriage, but he didn't have a father in his life. But I kind of looked out for him because he was going through a time in his life where he was about to get kicked out of school or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you know, they needed somebody to come and pick him up because he was staying at my grandmother's house. Grandmother was too old to be dealing with that shit. So as a result, I was like, yo, come crash on my couch for a couple days, fam, because, you know what I'm saying, you just need to chill out for a second. Next thing you know, that day turned into week turned into 2. And then I just started kind of looking out for him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was a waste of my time ultimately. Because I mean, really, it was a waste of my time ultimately because
That took a left.
I mean, eventually when, you know what I'm saying? Because he was, first of all, he was too old, and that, you know, I got him through to graduate high school, got him in college, and I was about to adopt him. The only reason I was about to adopt him is because I wanted to make sure he had health care coverage up through he was 26 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He went to college the first semester. He started fucking up and flunking through school. Thankfully, I had only sent him to community college. But then, you know, when I went to get on him about it, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you messing up your future? All of that other type of shit. He was like, man, fuck all of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, skip all that. Like, he turned back into who he was. And I was like, I was just thankful for the reality check. Like, all right, get the fuck out of my house then, nigga. Like, who you talking to? Like, get out my crib. And so he went his own way or whatever. And eventually he came back like, yeah, I regret it. I should have. No, you did it the way you needed to do it. And I needed to get that reality check. And that's one of the reasons why I'm very, very adamant, because I almost got finessed. I'm very, very adamant, and I'm literally trying to understand what the benefit is of taking care of somebody else's kid that he didn't even give a fuck about. And so I'm supposed to give a fuck about him, and I don't even get no benefit from it except for the headache and the heartache that come along with it. And I got my own headache that I got to deal with my own kid. Why should I take on the responsibility of somebody else's kid who A, the guy didn't want, B, the mama ain't really fucking with him either because she ain't responsible with him, and I'm supposed to take on that shit and take that L and raise my benefit, how much I'm paying in my premiums to be able to make sure he on my, and fuck him, fuck everybody.
Fuck the
That happens too.
Fuck him. I don't give a fuck.
He always talking about
Get him
fucking
out my- get him
kids.
out my
I
crib.
can't take airtime when he starts talking about
Okay,
fucking
watch
So
this. Watch this.
you ain't
Watch
team
this.
fuck them
Watch
kids?
this.
No.
I'm
Rita.
definitely team fuck them kids.
Hold on, watch this. Rita, how do you feel about this situation? Do you think that I'm off about this? Honestly.
No, not that situation. No, he was a dirtbag.
He was out of
And Rita is the coolest person in the world, and she like fucking. She just don't curse. And I'm trying
Yeah,
not to
some
curse.
people